Okay, guys. Assalamualaikum from Malaysia. Selamat datang. Thank you very much for having me here today. All right, we're going to talk about cabin crew, where I actually started. In year 1992, I actually started as a cabin crew. I finished my high school and I straightway went into being a stewardess. Yeah, and those days the challenges were relatively different because we actually started from domestic flights and we graduated after 2 years into international flights. Yes, as a cabin crew, I think I was from high school. I didn't know much about the airlines, and those days in 1992, the internet presence wasn't that strong. So it was very difficult to actually do a research on a company. But nevertheless, when we went for an interview, we made sure we go and pick up newspaper cuttings from the library about the airlines and start reading it before actually going for that interview. So preparing yourself is very, very important here, yeah? All right, so I flew from 1992 to 2015 August. I was at the age of 45 when Malaysia Airlines told me that, thank you, Noor, for your service. And because the airlines is shrinking, we need to ask you to leave. So it was actually a shock for me because those years when I used to fly, and flying for me was very, very simple. It has become a routine. Yeah. But what did the challenges that I actually faced during that time before I was made redundant? Okay, if you're doing a research paper on the aviation industry, you need to know cabin crew. A lot of people are just talking to us. We are like a trolley dolly. We look pretty. Yeah, we actually groom well, and that is all we actually know. And that is absolutely wrong. All right, that perception is absolutely wrong. A lot of cabin crew, I think all of us, we are trained in first aid and safety. That means every different aircraft, I think in Morocco, I think what aircraft do they actually have? Airbus 300 is a French aircraft. So all the safety items, that means the firefighting, the oxygen mask, is all different compared to the Boeing aircraft. So the cabin crew, whenever they flew this aircraft, they need to memorize how many oxygen bottle. How am I supposed to access it if there's an emergency? If there's a passenger who is having a heart attack, how am I supposed to administer the artificial resuscitation? So all of that they need to know by heart. There's no such thing that I need to open my book when there's an emergency. So cabin crew is not only like looking pretty, trolley dolly, chicken beef, coffee tea. No, they know more than that. Yeah. And all right, when we fly to a destination, we need to know what is the attractions there. So when passengers ask us, we need to know and tell them because we are the ambassador of Malaysia Airlines. Yeah. So all cabin crew, they are ambassadors of their country, regardless of being on Malaysia Airlines, Emirates, Qatar, China Air. They are ambassadors of their country. So when they fly, they need to know the tourist attractions here. Yeah. And when we fly, we always go out in a group because safety, it is our utmost importance. Because especially girls, when we fly to places like Jeddah, yeah, we need to know that, all right, we have to go in a group. When we come back also, we have to come back in a group for the safety of the cabin crew fraternity. All right, what else challenges that a cabin crew face? They actually face challenges like fatigue. They are always very tired. Although you look at them, you actually think that, oh, they're always very fresh and nice looking. No, they're always very tired because when we fly from Kuala Lumpur, just say, the GMT is +8, and we fly to UK, the GMT is +2. Yeah, so the time difference when we arrive in UK, it is night in Malaysia, but it's morning in UK, and we need to sleep. So this is where our sleeping patterns, it is disrupted. Yeah, cabin crew have a lot of fatigue issues with them, which is sleeping patterns, and the jet lag has actually caused most of them to actually become ill. Yeah, and the constant of I've been flying for 23 years, constant eating aircraft food, and when we land, some of us are very prudent with our money. We actually do not want to spend money on food, and we start eating cup noodles. So that is actually very bad also for the health. Yeah. So any questions before I go on, guys? Any questions?
No, till now, no. We don't have any questions.
Questions, yeah? All right. All right. So we are talking about what we will say just about cabin crew. Their safety, yeah, their sleeping pattern it is disrupted, yeah, because of the jet lag, yeah. Furthermore, what else? They have DVT, deep vein thrombolysis symptoms. Deep vein thrombolysis, if you Google up right here now, it is a blood clot in your legs because sometimes you sit too long, and this is what happens. You see, after service, we will actually sit down in the galley. The galley is the kitchen area, right? So if we do not wear a compression socks, in the long run, we will have deep vein thrombolysis. And this is very, very dangerous because end of the day, the blood clot can actually go up to your heart and cause heart attack. Yeah. All right. So what else? The air in the aircraft is recyclable. The air goes in and kind of recycles and comes up. Which is not good for our health also. And most of us also, we are trying sometimes to actually be a hero when we land at a certain place and we cannot sleep, and we tend to go and exercise at the gym. And this is very bad for the human body, yeah, because you have sleep deprivation, you have not slept overnight with the 8-hour sleep, and here then you go to the gym. So this is the challenges that they actually face, and some of them will actually collapse because fatigue, because of DVT and all. Yeah. All right. What else? The challenges that cabin crew face. Of course, rude passengers on board the flight or drunkard passengers. How are we supposed to address this? Okay, rude passengers, very, very simple. If the aircraft is still on ground, we will actually inform the captain. If the passenger is very violent, we will call the security and get him removed from the flight. All right, especially if the passenger is intoxicated when they come on board. We actually do not use the word drunk. We don't use the word drunk because the word drunk, only a doctor can certify the person is drunk. But intoxication is the word that we actually use. If the person is intoxicated and we think he is going to disrupt the whole flight, so we will call the security and tell the captain and bring the passenger down. Why don't we fly the passenger up in the sky and bring him to his destination? We actually do not do that because if the passenger is already intoxicated and he is on board the flight, yeah, he will tend to drink more. Yeah, he will tend to drink more. And at this point, the airline will actually be liable if we do a diversion. So to divert the aircraft, just say the aircraft is going to London, so we will have to pass through India and Dubai, correct? So just say the aircraft have to be diverted in, give you the worst place. Maybe I know, I give you a difficult station like Madras, just say, right? So then we have to ask the control tower for the permission. Then the airline has to give us permission for us to land in, because every flight that goes have a flying path, have a flying schedule. These airline will actually fly at this speed, and this airline will actually fly at a different speed. So we need to get approval before we can land, because sometimes the bays are all full, the parking bay. So the aircraft has to be at the outer bay. The outer bay means the bay that do not have a bridge connected to the aircraft. It's an outer bay. All right, Nishrin, you want to ask me any question? No questions. All right. So that is the challenges why we actually do not bring intoxicated passengers flying at that time. Yeah. All right. What else? I've covered the fatigue. I've covered the sun. I've covered the exercise. Yeah. So these are challenges. Okay. And violent passengers. Okay, violent passengers. I have had my own experience where a passenger started fighting with another guy. So he was so violent, he actually broke a part of the overhead luggage area. So we had to tell the captain, and we had to go and handcuff the passenger. So in the cockpit, there's a handcuff. So once we handcuff the passenger, we are not allowed to open the handcuff. And here also, if the passenger is so violent, we need to divert the aircraft. Yeah. All right, a violent passenger fatigue. Okay, just say there's a death on board. I have flown Malaysia Airlines where I did a Jeddah flight, passengers coming back from Umrah, and I had a passenger who actually died. And the wife was calling us, ding, 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 calling us like, oh, my husband died. And we're like, husband died? And it is dark, and also we had to switch on the light, move the wife and get to the passenger and give him CPR. You know, CPR is cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So we resuscitate their heart. Yeah, we try to resuscitate the passenger as much as possible until we had to bring the AED. It's a device where it will give shock to the person's heart. After trying it for many times, the device would tell us that there is no heart rhythm. That is when we actually declare the passenger dead. Then we need to get the forms from the cockpit and fill it up and everything, and the aircraft still have to divert and land. All right, guys, so that is the experience as a cabin crew for 23 years. Yeah? I did not have a terrible experience. I only had like passengers dying on board the flight, only like passengers fighting. What else? Nothing severe. Yeah. All right. So my journey as a cabin crew started in year. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, I can't hear you. All right. So do you want to ask me any questions on the cabin crew area first before I move to my entrepreneur journey?
Yes, I have a question.
Right.
Can you please tell us about the gender gap? Like, why does airline operators prefer a female over males, or is it a prerequisite, or why exactly there is a gender gap in this specific job?
All right. Okay. We're talking about gender gap. I don't think so. There is a gender gap in Malaysia Airlines. We have equal genders. Yeah. So as much as we have like 30% or 40% cabin crew who are female, we have the same amount. At times we get more male. Yeah. To me, the gender in equality, it is at the retirement age, but not as the candidates who are joining the airlines. Malaysia Airlines, we actually are very into safety. Yeah, although in 2013, I think our aircraft crashed. One went missing, but throughout the years we didn't have any crashes. Yeah, so we were actually very into having more male, slightly more than the female because of safety reasons. Yeah, because when there is a guy on board the flight, if there is a disruptive passenger, they can handle him. Yeah, because a girl, we need 3 girls to actually put the passenger down. And at times it's very difficult also with 3 girls. So they always mix. We always have flights with guys and girls equally. All right, unless most of the guys, they are doing a different flight and we do not have enough rotation, but most of the time there is no gender gap except for retirement age, because initially when Malaysia Airlines started, they only made a retirement age at the age for the woman at the age of 45. Yeah, but because we actually have a very strong Malaysia Airlines union, the cabin crew union, so we actually went and fought at the industrial court yeah, and extended the retirement age to 55, which is together with the guys. So to me, the gender gap here is the retirement age, nothing else. Our pays are the same, everything is the same. So even I think in Emirates, in even I can say for Qatar, because I have a lot of Malaysia and crew flying there, there is no issue about gender gap here. Only for retirement. I don't know about Qatar and Emirates, but Malaysia Airlines, we started at 40, 45. We brought it up to 55 for the girls, together with the guys, 55 to match. Now the government is saying that retirement age for the employment here, according to Employment Act 1965, is 60 years old. So even cabin crew, the female and the male, they retire at 60 years old. Yeah. Any other questions? Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Any other questions on this cabin crew before I move to my entrepreneurship? None? No questions? You're a very shy bunch. Yeah? Very shy.
I do have a question actually.
Yeah, all right. Ask me a question.
Personal level, what are the challenges that you faced?
As a personal level, all right. Of course, you see, I think this is not only in the airlines. I think this is basically everywhere in the corporate world. Also, I face this challenge when people say, you know, when you're a woman, yeah, you will face this challenge with a man. All right. In the airlines, you will get like guys who you know when I started flying at the age of 19, I'm very very young, very immature, and I do not know a lot of things. And then you fly with seniors who are like 30 years old or 25 years old, and you're a young girl. So at times when they ask you out for a coffee, right, and we are thinking like, oh, it's like a brother asking us out for a drink. And of course, there is time where harassment will take place. But because I was brought up with boys, so I know how to say no. So this not only happens in the airlines. Yeah, ladies, you have to understand that, guys, if you are listening in, this not only happens in the airline. Today, I'm 48 years old. I'm a corporate person here in Malaysia. The same thing happens to me here. So it's not only in the airline, it's everywhere. People will just try to just, oh, can I just like go out with you? And you must always say no. If you don't want it, you don't want to get involved, say no. All right. And just say if things were to happen again, then you can file a report. So a lot of cabin crew, when we had these issues of harassment, guys harassing girls, even we have issues of girls harassing guys, yeah? Harassment is not a one-way thing. Harassment is a very broad spectrum. Harassment is even looking at the girl up and down at her boob area, it's harassment. Yeah? So harassment, it is not only touching her, it's verbal harassment, touching and even looking at her in a certain way, it's harassment. And we can file. We have a very strong harassment act in Malaysia now. Yeah, even in the airlines or the corporate world, we can file. So always, ladies, you must remember, even it's sometimes I used to be a union leader in the airlines, and I have handled harassment cases also in the industrial courts. It is surprising that sometimes the girl has initiated it. You see, when the guy asks you to come to his room to have a cup of coffee, you know you're not supposed to go. But then you actually went to the guy's room and you actually wore a very, even if you wear a t-shirt, you wear a very tight t-shirt. You know you're going to a guy's room. Why do you even firstly need to go to the guy's room? You just say, oh, why not we have coffee in the lobby? It's better, right? It's in an open public area. So when we deal with harassment cases, we actually ask who called who to whose room. From there, we deliberate and see whether who is at wrong. Sometimes it's very surprising, even the ladies are at fault. So we have this type of talks when I was there to actually tell them, like, if a guy invites you to his room, please have your coffee downstairs at the lobby and not in his room, because it's an invitation. And sometimes when you go, you sometimes being so naive, thinking, oh, he is like a brother. The only brother is your brother. Let's get this right, yeah? No one else is your brother. All right, so yeah, so harassment is everywhere. All right. Anybody else want to ask me questions? Imani, you were like, yeah. Imani, any questions, Imani? No?
Actually, I have a question about the challenges of, let's say, cabin crew. What's the challenges are facing cabin crew during this pandemic? This is my
Okay.
major question.
All right, because I am still in contact with a lot of cabin crew in the airlines, and I am in their WhatsApp group, you see. So the challenges that they are facing is job insecurity. Because you must remember, when the airline is so big, they have 22,000 workforce, you are just a number. Yeah, and at this pandemic, they cannot fly. Yeah, most of them who's been flying for 20 years, 16 years are saying that I do not know whether I will have a job again as a cabin crew. But let's be very, very, very honest. I told them, look around. Even Virgin Atlantic, they are asking a bailout from the British government for 5 billion ringgit, for 5 billion pounds. All right, and we are Malaysia Airlines. If you ask me, definitely they're going to be redundant. Yeah, even this Air Asia, which is a very big airline, they have like 300 aircrafts. They have terminated 177 captains and cabin crew in a smaller number. Yeah. So if you ask me, these are the challenges that the crew are facing now, that the job in security. And most of us, when we joined those days, even myself, to actually be very, very honest, I think I did a mistake, but I was a bit lucky. Yeah. I joined at the age of 19, out from high school. So when I left at 25, when I left after 23 years of flying, at the age of 45, the only lucky thing that I had was in year 2009, I took up a course by the government to be a trainer. Because I went for this conference, one of the ladies saw me and she told me, Noor, you should be a trainer. And I'm like, a trainer? Seriously? The airline's like so boring, the training. I can sleep. And she said, no, you should be a corporate trainer. So I didn't understand what she saw in me, but she actually saw a value in me. So when I wanted to leave Malaysia Airlines, I have advised a lot of young girls. I said, come into the airlines. Of course, who doesn't want to fly to Paris, Milan, Brussels, everywhere around the world? I said, join for 5 years, then exit out. In the 5 years, save as much money as you can. Yeah. Take up, if you are from the high school, if you join the airline straight from high school, take up a course where if anything happens, you have something to fall back to. So what my friends, most of them, they are facing is they have nothing to fall back to. Yeah, because they only know coffee, tea, chicken, beef. Yes, so you must always have a plan B, C, D, E, F. You know, during my time, my mother said always have plan B. But in this pandemic, I say you must have plan B, C, D, E, F. You must have skills. Your skills is actually what? I told my friends in the airlines, I said, if you are good at cooking, start posting your whatever you have cooked on your Instagram and you get followers. And just say the airline says, sorry, it is time for you to leave. You have a business going already. It doesn't matter if the business it is only three months old. Yeah. So to me, it's always have a very good skill. You all are very lucky. I think you all are brainy that from where you have gone to today, you all are PhD students. I think it's good. So even as you come out from being a PhD student or whatever research you are doing in whatever field you're going in, always think, if I don't like this particular job, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to pivot here? You always must have an action plan. So when I left at 2015 August, I took time to actually relax. 2016, I told myself, okay, Noor, now you have left the airlines. Yeah, what are you supposed to do next? So I started picking my bag, going out to be a trainer, and it is not an easy journey. Let me tell you, it's a very difficult journey because there is other people in the training industry who looked at me and said, oh, she's just a pretty face. She came from Malaysia Airlines. What does she know? You know, so to me, that is people's perception. But what can you do as a person? So I proved them wrong. You see, when I went for an interview with Future Lab Malaysia, they have mentors. So it's a government private entity, Future Lab. They interviewed me and they asked me, what's my academic qualifications? And I said, none. And they were like, none. I said, none. I have no academic qualifications. But what set me apart from another entrepreneur is because I read a lot. You know, I read a lot. And if you want to be a champion in a subject matter, you have to read at least 3 to 5 books. Digest the book and you must be a champion in it. Yeah, so that's what I do. Yeah, because I am not like you can sit for 5 years doing my brains cannot compute this. You know, and I took up NLP. NLP also I took up from a very good trainer from Singapore. He's the best in Asia. His name is Mr. Billy Quick. NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming. Yeah. So I paid expensive. Other people were actually charging very cheap, and I didn't go to them because I actually believe that if you want to learn, go to the best. You know. So I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, motivational gurus, and I actually have a mentor. When I started in 2009, the lady that asked me to become a trainer, her name is Mazna Hamid. If you Google Dato Mazna Hamid, they call her the Iron Lady of Malaysia. She's the first lady that started the security company. You know your security guard? She's the first lady who started that business in Malaysia, and people call her the Iron Lady of Malaysia. She's the one that saw me in a conference. She called me, girl, you come here. And I was like, why is she calling me out of everyone? And she told me, you stop flying. That time I was flying for 19 years, I think. 2009. I don't know how many years. And she told me, be a trainer. And I'm like, be a trainer? I'm like, what the hell? I actually enjoy flying. It has never crossed my mind that I will actually be an entrepreneur today. It's never crossed my mind. When I came out in 2016, when I started training, I told myself I cannot just be a trainer. How long do I want to be a trainer? I just go out and train. I work under someone's company. Then I joined a friend's company doing conference. Doing conference, it is not event management, yeah? It is, we come up with that structure of the conference. We come up with the topic. We curate the topic. We find speakers to have, we actually do a skeleton. We find speakers, international speakers. We sell tickets and exhibition booth. And I did it for 2 years under my friend's company. And I was paid peanuts. Let me tell you, peanuts. I was paid like less than 1,000 USD a month. And I went in to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. I leave 10 o'clock at night. Every day for 2 years. To me, that was a very good university for me. It's a hands-on thing. You know, I learned a lot of things. So when I left, I told myself, well, you have trained me. It's time for me to come out and do it. So I set my company. Of course, my company has been here in year 2009, but we were actually a training company. And I set my company this year during this pandemic, a nightmare. And yeah, today we are a professional conference organizer. We curate our own conference. We find the speakers, we sell, and we actually do training and development because during this pandemic, we cannot do conferences. So we have pivoted. Pivoted means move your business model around and we have started doing training and development. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, I need to drink a glass of water. Please. Thirsty.
Sorry, Mrs. Noor. What type of topics raised in these conferences?
All right. Okay, I was just talking to Prof just now about this. The conference that I am actually bringing, you see, when I started, I didn't want to bring just another conference. I did not want that to happen. Someone in Telecom Malaysia is the biggest telecommunication company here. I met one of the big bosses, and she told me, you want to do something, you always have to disrupt the market. And I was like, disrupt the market? She said, yes. Do something that there's an impact to it. No, miss, do not do it. Don't just do another conference. Everyone is doing conference. So when she told me that, it made me think. So I have connected with a friend's daughter who has run a conference in Finland. I told Prof also regarding about this. It is called legal design. Okay, who's the audience here? It's the legal fraternity. All right, all the lawyers who actually want to do contracts, intellectual properties, and all of that, they have to join this conference because it's never done in Malaysia. So I thought, if I want to do a conference, I want to bring the best conference here where people are thinking like, what conference is this? I've never seen it before. So they will come and join us. Yeah. So the conference that we're going to do next year, we are not doing conference this year. We're only doing it next year, which is legal design. From Finland, we are bringing the whole model here. And another one we are going to do is Empower Entrepreneur Asia. What we have learned here in Malaysia is a lot of entrepreneurs, I think around the world also, when they start being an entrepreneur, the first year they are okay. Second year, all right, maybe there's a learning curve. They learn and their business will actually go down. The third year, they either make it or they die. So, but a lot of entrepreneurs here, they have died in the third year. The fourth year is where you scale up. Yeah. I think there is an entrepreneur student here, right? All right. So you know about this. Yes. Yeah. All right. So we have thought, why not we come up with a Empower Entrepreneur Asia conference, and we actually bring the doers, not the talkers. I don't want to know talkers. When I engage my speakers, they are doers. Means they have a company already. They have gone through the learning curve. They have failed. They have rise up. They have pivoted their business. They have changed their business model, but they're still there. So I am bringing doers to come and talk during this conference. And what are we talking about? There is plenty of verticals. We are breaking into a few verticals. One important vertical, which is very, very, very crucial in entrepreneurship, is your financial management. How do you manage your financial? Yeah, and there's a vertical on logistic. Where do you position your business? And now, even like myself, I am at the co-working space here in Kuala Lumpur in front of KLCC. Yeah, the co-working space is a private office here. So we have a private office and we can use the space with other community. So having a business is either you start from home, yeah, then slowly, gradually moving to a space. Because sometimes you need to have a business address to actually get grants from the government. Yeah. So I always tell entrepreneurs, do not rush and just open a big office because your father has money or maybe you have a funder. No. Always start small. Once you start small, you scale gradually. If you accelerate too fast, you actually die. You actually crash. Another aviation term. You accelerate too fast, you're going to crash. So what you're supposed to do is supposed to go gradually. If you have funding also, we teach them about funding, how to pitch, how to get funders. There is venture capitalists also there, VCs, during the Empower Entrepreneur Conference. Yeah, so before the conference, we will ask them to, if people or entrepreneurs who actually want to pitch their ideas, we will ask them to actually do a 2 or 3 minutes video. yeah, for the VCs to actually select whether do they want to fund this business. Yeah, so we'll be talking to the VCs, yeah, the financial logistics, motivation. Yeah, we always constantly motivate and coach them because journey for entrepreneur is not easy. I am still going through it. At times, I think I'm going to fail, but failure for me is not an option. Failure for me is a death sentence. Why I say that is I'm not asking you to go and kill yourself. To me is anything can be done. It's putting your mind to it, moving your business plan, pivoting your business plan, changing it a bit to fit the current pandemic, to fit the current situation.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you for your answers. I have a question. Does the conferences you organize are international or only like related to the Malaysian context? This is the first one. The second one, you are talking about pivoting, and because of the pandemic, we know that a lot of conferences went virtual, and even if they went virtual, they have like advantages and disadvantages. One of the most important advantages is that you can pay like less in order to get to those conferences, since there is no accommodation, etc., to be paid. Have you planned to do some virtual conferences, or have you pivoted like all your plans because of the pandemic? Thank
All right.
you.
So your first question is, sorry, what's your first question again? Your second one is about a conference.
Yeah, the first one was about international, the scope
right.
of your conferences, international or only with Malaysian context?
Okay, the conference is international. That means there is you see, as much as I want to do it locally, I want to do it as an international platform, because Malaysia, you see Malaysia, the MDEC, Malaysian Digital Economic Corporation, MDEC, Malaysian Digital Economic Corporation, wants to make Malaysia as a digital hub. Yeah, so we are going together with them to actually make Malaysia as a digital hub. In this way, we actually need to engage international speakers. Maybe out of our 20 speakers, 12 are international and 8 are local speakers. Why? Because international speakers, not to say our local speakers, they are not exposed. International speakers, they actually bring a lot of presence, a lot of traction. Because if we want international companies to actually come on board during the conference, we need to have international speakers. And all our speakers, they are industry experts. That means if you're talking about cyber security, we get the guy cyber security from Cisco to come. Yeah. So if we're talking about banking, just say we're talking about governance in banking, maybe we get a speaker from the national bank here, the central bank, and we get another speaker from the World Bank to come on board. So to me, international speakers, it is important. International audience, it is important, because our ticket price, it is in ringgit Malaysia. When you convert it, it is relatively cheap for the international markets. And when we do these conferences, we even have hotel partners, yeah, because then we will give them a choice of hotel from the two star till the 5-star, and Airbnb. If you know what's Airbnb, I think there is in Morocco also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we actually give the links to the participants so that they can come and whichever accommodation they actually want to actually stay. All right. Talking about going virtual. I didn't want my conference to go virtual. Yeah. There is reasons to it, but I shall not explain to you the reason. But why? One reason I should tell you why I didn't want my conference to go virtual, because I actually wanted to do exhibition. Exhibition is for the solution providers. Yeah. I actually was talking to Prof that I actually wanted to do a AMLA conference, Anti-Money Laundering Act conference. And of course, there is solution providers. If you know, solution providers are people with devices, where they will come, they will put a booth, and companies will go and see whether they actually need these to be placed in their services in the banks. So I wanted solution providers or exhibitors to come on board. So that's the reason I did not do that conference, any conference this year.
But just like actually, even for the exhibition, are you meaning stands and stuff like this? Are you meaning by exhibition having stands for exposure? But
yes, having stands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. There's certain companies who actually have. We have checked out. There is certain companies who actually have a virtual exhibition.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. But I personally, I didn't want my business to go on that platform.
Okay,
and of course, besides doing conference, we actually do elite sports events. That means besides doing conference, we actually do elite sports events like running events. We actually wanted to do IR Industry Relation 4.0 run event in Malaysia. That also we decided to actually do it next year, because that event is very, to me, virtual running, you cannot be running in your house and so no. So I wanted them to, the physical running was like going out and running, and then there's a booth on flying a drone. So they need to stand there and fly a drone,
Yes.
Yeah, if they get that, they will get a prize. And another one was coding. We wanted to do a virtual run. Yeah. Together, there's a station on coding. So when they run there, they have to break a code. Then they will get a prize. So that is why I did not want to do any of my conference virtually. I actually wanted to do a physical conference. Nevertheless, we have pivoted our business and we started doing in-house training. Yeah, which we have conducted virtual training. Even now, face-to-face training, it is allowed. Even now, conference in Malaysia, it is allowed. But because the year is coming to the end, I said, why I say, because it's July, then August, because November, December, people don't do conference here. Maybe if they do also a different type of conference. So I didn't want to spend my time planning it, because to plan a conference takes 10 months to plan. To execute and sell the tickets will actually take 3 months, 90 days to sell the tickets. And we do ticket selling on our website, Knowledge Hive International, and pitching. We pitch and we sell the tickets. So for me, this year is a no way for conference. So our website, we have done IR 4.0, which is data science. It's a micro degree program with Health University in Malaysia. It's virtual, 72 hours. And we have data science Python, data science R. Also beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And we have front-end programming, back-end programming, and mobile application. We have that programs on our website. And these programs, it is run by my ecosystem partners who are actually programmers.
Okay.
This is not run by another trainer who actually thinks he knows about programming. No. Yeah.
Perfect. I have another question. I have lost the connection for some moments, and I don't know if you have already answered this one, but it's regarding the finance. Since in this special like pandemic situation, you have cancelled most of your conferences. Does the government, the Malaysian government, did some like programs or have some policies in order to support the SMEs to like in this pandemic situation?
All right. Let me. I don't know. Your name is NT. There. I don't know.
Nisrin. My name is Nisrin.
Nisrin. All right, Nisrin.
Yes.
The government here has been very They have been excellent, Nisrin. We, the people of Malaysia, are very lucky to get this government. Yeah. Even when we started, when this pandemic started, Malaysia was the first country to actually have high cases of COVID-19. Yeah. And we were worried. The people were actually worried. I remember I actually opened office on March 1st, March 2nd. I had to exit out the office by March 17th, yeah, because of COVID case. And the government, what they did was they had a lockdown, so everyone had to stay home, and they locked us. Follow faces. We are supposed to wear a face mask, sanitize, da, 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 da. Okay, the government have handled this pandemic very well. If you see, only now we got 8,000 cases. Compare our neighboring Singapore. Sorry to say, if some of you are from Singapore, Singapore is a very, 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 very small country. They have 37,000 cases the last I checked, and we only have like 8,000. Yeah, 8,000 also they have recovered. Okay, talking about that. Coming back to what have the government given us? Yes, the government has given us a lot. The government has come out with 200 billion ringgit for the people of Malaysia. If you're a single person, if I'm not mistaken, if you're a single person in university, you will get a certain amount of money. If you're older parents and you have older parents, you have a different type of package. If you're a university student, so you see most of our university students were in the campus during the lockdown. The government was excellent. They gave them food, they gave them everything. Yeah, even the university students here got money from the government. Even when the MCO, the movement order was lifted, the government took buses, swabbed them with the COVID test kits, yeah, and drove them back to their villages. So the government have done a lot. 200 billion ringgit was taken out. And for the SMEs, they have broken down. They said the lady who is doing small business by the roadside, she has got money also from the government. Yeah, even for the whole nation, 6 months we don't need to pay our house mortgage and our car mortgage. We don't need to pay for 6 months at all, and they will not even charge us a single penny. Yeah. So yeah. So and then for the SMEs, they have come out with the SMEs. It is called perangsang. Perangsang. If you Google the Malaysian government, they've come up with perangsang, where to help you generate your business back. Even people, employees who are made redundant, yeah, training providers like us, we are asked to actually put in a proposal to the human resources development to actually upskill them. Yeah. So everyone, no one is untouched in Malaysia. Everybody's life is touched with the government's recovery package.
Okay. Thank you for your answers. And do you think that this will this situation like will affect the Malaysian economy for the next 2-3 years, or thanks to the government action, like everything will be like before? You are muted. I can't hear you. You are muted.
Me too, I cannot
now
hear
I can hear
anything.
you. Yes, now I can hear you.
Oh, I don't know how it became muted. Okay, I didn't. My hands are here. All right. Okay. For us, the biggest sector which is affected, it is the airline industry. Yeah, because
Yes.
what I tell you this, because every aircraft which is parked, which is docked at the bay doesn't belong to the Malaysian government. The bay belongs to Malaysia Airports Berhad. They are the one who is minking money from the airlines. So every aircraft which is parked there is charged per minute.
Oh.
Okay, why I say per minute? Do you remember when you run to the aircraft and the aircraft was about to take away, and they said, "No, we're closing the door," and you're like, "No, close the door." Remember?
Yes.
Ever happened to you? Yes. The reason is every minute the airline is charged when they dock off. Dock off means the
Ah.
when they dock off, every minute is charged. If they wait for a passenger, they have no money to pay. They lose money. So that's why airlines take off every time on time.
Okay.
Money is docked. So if you ask me, the airline will be badly affected. I was there for 23 years. All airlines will actually be badly affected. Yeah. The second biggest industry which is going to be affected is the tourism.
Yes.
Yes, because people, I don't care. I can still wear a mask, right? I can still sanitize, right? But do I really want to travel at this time? Do I really travel?
No.
Yeah. So especially if I have kids, I do not want the kids to travel,
Yes.
because if I die, it is okay. I don't want my kids to die. You know, this is the sentiments that the parents are thinking. Even if you ask me, universities, they are affected. But universities, what they're doing is they are doing this virtual thingy. You know, so students can stay at home and do this virtual thing. But kindergartens will be affected because they're very young child, and the government is not opening it. Although they have opened it, parents are not sending. Which sectors are affected? Hotels, definitely. Hotels are definitely affected, because even now the hotels are doing promotion, but no one wants to go and stay.
Yes.
And our recovery now is recovery MCO, recovery movement order control, will be lifted on 31st of August. You know, so nobody wants to sign. But which sectors are not affected? This is the interesting part. Yesterday I was talking to supply chain, a group of 40 people, supply chain Bangladesh. Which sector is not affected? Manufacturing is not affected. Yeah. Glove factories are not affected. Gloves, masks, sanitizers, they are the one making a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah. Pharmaceuticals are not affected.
Yes.
People are so scared. If they have a flu, they think they're having COVID. They go and get medicine. You know, and they try a lot of other medicine. So they are not affected. Banking is not affected until maybe 3 more years, until we come out with the virtual banking.
Yes.
Someone doing banking, yeah, virtual banking is coming up soon.
Yes.
So they will be affected, and they also are pivoting their business. Yeah. So what are the training and development? We were affected, but now because government have come up with the upskilling grant and all, so we are going back in. So we are not that affected, although earlier we were actually affected. Yeah. Okay. What other things? I think the best making money is the food
The
business.
the oil structures, I think they are affected also because the price of oil have
Oh yes, and the price of oil is a good time for us, the consumers, because oil is cheap.
yes.
You know, in Malaysia, I was shocked the other day with my sister-in-law. We actually saw at a shop, a lot of people were actually queuing, and we were like, "What shop is that?" And we were like, "What shop is that? Why is everyone queuing?" And both of us were like, "Hi, what shop is this?" They were buying gold,
No.
and I'm like, "Yeah, it is seriously." And we were like, "This is COVID. People lose money, businesses closing, and you have money." She said, "Yes, I'm buying gold because my money, which I'm not paying for my house and car now, I can save it to buy gold."
Sorry to interrupt. Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes.
I work in the online, online selling e-commerce, and I have remarked that the orders are increasing in a way I never seen before. Everyone wants to buy different things like gifts, clothes, jewels, everything. Like people are not spending money in traveling, like going to restaurants, so they spend money on things they want to buy online, like I said, clothes, gifts, and everything. And they spend more than before. Like for example, the average was for me for each customer was like $30. Now it's $50 for each order.
So you see, online business is a big thing because now, like my generation, I am very tech savvy. I know about tech, yeah. But certain people in my generation do not even know how to use Zoom. Even bankers. I was talking to one of the bankers. She don't even know where is the camera. How do I look at this? You see, so people are learning about technology. And yes, e-commerce is a very big business now, yeah, because even in Malaysia, this lady is very smart. You know, the hijab that you are using, she's not selling the expensive hijab, she's selling the cheap hijab, and her business just went up. So you must understand that people's sentiment, people want to buy things which is affordable. Do not go premium. People do not want to buy premium because they still want to save money, but they still want to look good. So people want to buy affordable items. Yeah. And then one more thing, what I was saying, the gold. Okay, so the lady bought gold because she was saying she saved money from the 6 months monetary that the government gave for not paying for the house and car, and she invested the money in gold because she is right. Gold prices go up, money will actually deflate. So you must know how to balance whatever you're doing. Yeah. Another thing, food business is a very big business. Even some of my friends, they have started selling food online, you know, and they have riders picking it up and sending to people. Like a pack of rice is 10 ringgit. 10 ringgit is $2. A pack of rice with chicken and vegetables. So they've done that business on board. So even I was talking to the supply chain yesterday in Bangladesh. I said, now you cannot do your supply chain, right? But you can do other business, like move your business model to doing rice. All your staff come, let's start making food business until the MCO it is lifted and you can go back to doing your business. Because now you cannot move. Nothing can be moved in and out of Bangladesh, you know. So the same thing here. What I'm trying to say is when something happened, people tell me, even you see, I had a business partner. I was telling Prof earlier. He joined me March, April, May, he told me he wants to leave, and I was shocked. You know, he said, Noor, I don't think so. I see this training business happening. I said, if you don't see it happening, he said, let's close down. I said, I will not close down. You can go. Because I am the majority share partner. I said, you can go. Because to me, every crisis is an opportunity how you look at it. You know, so don't amplify on COVID. Amplify of how can I change this business model? How can I do it differently than other people? And what I tell people also, try to collaborate. Maybe you are good at e-commerce, but the other girl is good at pitching or closing the sales. So why not you all bring your strength together? Yeah, don't work in silo, work in a team. Yeah, girls, and you know, beauty product is the biggest product. Yeah, huh? Who's the girl? The Kardashian girl. What's the one of the Kardashian sisters? She comes up with a lipstick. Everybody wants to buy it. Huda Beauty. She comes up with a product. Everybody buys it. So you know which business you should tap into. It's the beauty business.
Is Huda Beauty known in Malaysia?
Yeah, very known.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I am using, just being a girl, the one I'm using is Fenty Beauty.
Okay.
By Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know which business to go in. You know, the women are the biggest buyers. So why are you not tapping the market? Yeah, so you must know how to pivot your business. All right. Anybody else want to ask me a question? Let me drink water.
I want just to know what is written behind you. If you can just.
You see, I want to close it. I don't want to show. I don't want to show you all. But it's important. Why am I standing at this position and not the KLC where you can see the beautiful Twin Towers? Because this is more meaningful. Yeah. What it says is expand your network, turn around and say hello.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. So what it teaches you here is sometimes we are very, very shy, you know.
Yeah.
My case, I am not because maybe I've met 10,000, 20 million people on my lifetime that I'm not shy anymore. But especially when you're young and sometimes you think you will say something stupid. But remember, nothing is stupid. All right. If you feel like saying it, say it. And if it is wrong, so what? Learn from it and move on. Don't need to be
Yes.
so hard on yourself, you know. Don't need to be so hard on yourself. Even when I started speaking intensively when I left Malaysia Airlines in the universities, some of them they are professors, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm just a high school person here speaking. But end of the day, my experience is different. Everybody have a different experience.
Yes.
Yeah,
True.
never shortchange yourself. Never say I'm not good. Everyone is wonderful and everyone is good. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if there is gentlemen, also everyone is good. Everyone is wonderful. Okay, learn from people, which is bad, take it away. Which is good, absorb, keep it here in your hard days. Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome. Any other questions? No questions. I just
Um,
I just have one question. You have already gone along with it. If you can say again, when you talk about never take only one option for granted and always have a second one open that you explore at the same time. Can you just
elaborate on that. Okay, I give you a good example. When I started,
emphasis again, please? Thank you.
all right, when I started my business in training and development, I only had soft skills training. Yeah, that means leadership, communication, business English, and all of that. You know, then I told myself, if I'm only selling this product, how am I supposed to reach the bigger market? Yeah. So I have joined with ecosystem partners who actually have different product. So I have plan B. That means I collaborate. I collaborate with partners. Earlier I mentioned, right? Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. I'm a big believer in collaboration. You need to collaborate. So I collaborated with a partner called Kino Vector, and he has all of the IR 4.0 products. Yeah. So when I go and pitch to my clients, I tell my clients, what do you need for training? And we know digital is a big thing now. Everyone is eating, sleeping, drinking digital. And why am I still doing soft skills? So I told myself, all right, I know digital is very important. So whenever I go and pitch to my clients, the first thing I say, now to change your business model during this pandemic, you need to go digital. So I sell a product which is digital. You must know what your client needs and what the situation around you needs. So you must have plan B. And now I know Malaysians, they are very big into certification. I want to be certified by UK, but I cannot fly to United Kingdom. It's very expensive. So we have certification products from UK. But of course, I did not go and get it. I got another ecosystem partner who is actually doing it. Yeah. And we park it on my website. And the most important thing, now we are working remotely. Bosses cannot gauge how much work their employees has done or measure their KPI. All right. So we have so my ecosystem partner from Germany, he he has came up with a tool called Flowy Team. So where you can put your team's name in, what are they supposed to do, what are they supposed to report back. From there, you can measure whether your team have actually worked effectively. Yeah, so to me is plan A, B, C is move your business according to what your needs are. Just say now, just say I'm not doing training. Just say I'm purely doing conference. And I know now COVID has come, I cannot do, I still have to do virtual. So I have to go and see how can I do virtual conference effectively? How can I get my clients knowing my speakers? So if you go to my website on the virtual live events, when you clicked on it, you can see our speaker there, him speaking on a different topic, and you as a client, you were saying like, oh, I like this speaker, this trainer, maybe I can engage him for a session. So you have to reach out to your clients. So you have to have different business plans along the way. Yeah. So did I answer your question?
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you. I think I saw something at this show conversation.
Let me ask you another question, Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Okay. As a mentor, as CEO of a training and development company, how do you think businesses can overcome this crisis? And let's say, what types of recommendations you can give them?
How companies can overcome this crisis?
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing when this crisis happened, I gave an option to my staff. I said, I have like 8 staff with me who are full-time and another 4 which is part-time. So I asked them, do you want to remain in the company or do you want to be laid off? All of them say, we will be with you. So I asked them, we are going to have a pay cut. Do you agree with the pay cut? And they say yes. All of them agreed. All of them agreed of taking 30% pay cut. Yeah, to me, how did I manage it? I brought down my operation costs. That means all of my staff took a pay cut. Yeah, even this office here, they have given us a 50% discount on the rental. Not they have given, I have asked. I emailed them saying that we are going through a pandemic. We are not using the office space. All of my employees, they are working remotely. I said, can you give us a discount? They said yes. They gave me a 50% discount during this pandemic. Besides taking out 25, nearly 30,000 ringgit, I brought so much more down all of my expenses. Like myself, I don't take a pay. Yeah, I only take end of the year. So me, I'm out of the question. But my staff, nevertheless, I gave them an option. I said, do you want to stay or do you want to leave? They said, we will stay. Not because they needed a job. Because they said, one of the girls said to me, Noor, even if you don't pay me, I will still stay. You see, what is important in a pandemic or what is important in life, guys? Before you start a business, you must have 6 months saving. Yeah, you must always remember to have 6 months saving. In case anything happen, you have money to fall back to. A lot of people, they spend lavishly. I'm not saying do not spend. I say spend your money, but always have a backup plan. Have saving. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, segregate your eggs in different basket, because if the basket falls and break, it is not affected. Yeah, that's why I said have plan B. So plan B can be in your business model. Plan B, it is about financially managing your wealth. Yeah, how much money you have, try to save as much as you can. So these girls that were willing to take a pay cut, yeah, they were very young. Some my youngest staff is 22 years old. My oldest is 32 years old. But because they learn how to save young, so they know that whatever happens, they can fall back to. So, and remember, the government has actually given us the moratorium for the 6 months, so they don't need to pay for the house and all. Yeah, even if they were renting, they actually, I asked them to ask their owners whether they can get a reduction in the rental, and 99% said yes. The owners actually gave them a reduction in the rental, so they save money there. So now, this month we are not opening. Next month we are opening back. So all of them are back in the office. Yeah. So that is how I think, as a company, we need to bring down our expenses. Firstly, it's your location. Where are you located? Do we actually need a very big office? We don't. We can just have an office here, like the private office here. Yeah. And we can still use this huge space. You know, of course, it's nice to have your own building with everything if you're very big. But to me, it's investing is important. Your employees, you see, my employees, during this pandemic, I know they cannot reach out to customers. I said, go and do e-learning course. Go and take up a e-learning course. So during this pandemic, a few of them were actually asked to go and take up a e-learning course, especially in digital marketing. You know, so we don't waste money on advertisement. Yeah. So we actually do digital advertisement. So yeah, manage your financial, manage your logistics, manage your partners, even partners. If you have business like supply chain, it's a win-win situation. Yeah. You need to tell your partners, you know, it's a pandemic. Every one of us we are in the storm together. Only we are sitting in a different boat. Yeah. So talk to your partners. Very simple. It's just opening your mouth and say, Mr. Supplier A, I need your help because we are going through this. You are going through it together with me. After the pandemic, maybe I can give you a discount on this. Can my payment be actually moved further? You know, everything can be negotiated. Did I answer the question?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mrs. Moore.
Right. Any other questions?
Yes, maybe the last one, and this is more about if you can recall your feeling when you completely left your paid job and you started your own company. I really want you to talk about the feelings and how you cope with some of the negative ones. Just tell us your experience in that way. Thank you very much.
All right. If you ask me, I was very, very sad because I was the first person to fly the Airbus 380 aircraft. Have you seen the double-deck aircraft all the way? I was actually handpicked by the CEO at the time, 24 of us, to fly the aircraft. So I'm considered the creme de la creme. Yeah, I think in French they call it, right, the creme de la creme. Yeah, but when I was
correct.
Yeah, but when I was made redundant, I asked myself, why me? I'm an A-star cabin crew, but why am I being redundant? Yes, I was sad, I was hurt, I was angry, I was remorseful. This is only normal when you are so passionate, and to me, I love the airlines. That's my first job, guys. You know, I knew nothing else besides cabin crew. Yeah, but only good thing that happened to me was in year 2009, where I took up Train the Trainer. So at that time, year 2009, I picked up my bag where every one of my friends were actually sleeping at home after a flight. I took up my bag and I went to do training in the government. Why government? Because the government here are very relaxed. Even if you do a mistake, they will forgive you. So that was my training ground. I picked my bag up and I went. But in year 2015, of course, when we were made redundant, the government had this program from Malaysia Airlines staff, which is called career direction. All right. So there are consultants that will come in and manage us. Okay, like, okay, what do you want to be? You want to be an entrepreneur? Okay, this is what you're supposed to do. The rest of us went and got a job. It is called upskill. They didn't upskill us. It is just like doing up the resume and then sending us for a job interview. Let me tell you, that program, 99, I dare to say today, 99% of them did not get a job. Especially the cabin crew. I'm talking about a cabin crew. 99% of them did not get a job. One of my friends were telling me, oh, the program wasn't good. I told my friend, no, the program was excellent. You know what's the problem? We, the cabin crew, we always thought we were going to fly forever. We didn't think like, if anything happened, what is my action plan? We didn't think. I was just lucky that lady during the seminar asked me to become a trainer. I was just lucky, you know. But most of them did not get a job, and they end up driving Grab. Do you know Grab? Grab taxi. Yeah, I see my friends cabin crew driving Grab, and I feel very sad because the airline, they have groomers in customer service, you know, and they were just like, some of my friends, when they were married, they were divorced, you know. They lost their house, they lost their cars, because we live such a lavish life. You know, we fly here, fly there, we got money, we make what, 10,000 to 12,000 ringgit a month. They got nice cars like BMWs and all. So they were very spendthrift, you know. So when a pandemic, when we were made redundant, they were actually very lost. I was lost myself, but I told myself, wait, Nur, think. You cannot be so stupid. That's the exact words I use against myself. I said, Nur, you cannot be so stupid. What did Malaysia Airlines teach you? So Malaysia Airlines taught me customer service, right? So what I did is, when I first came out, I went and became a trainer. Everyone was doing customer service. When I asked another trainer, they are doing customer service. And I'm like, you are not even in the service industry and you're doing customer service? And I was quite shocked. So I told myself, Nur, think, what can you do different from this guy? So what I did was, I did customer service centricity. What I did was, I used the same model that Malaysia Airlines used up there for their customers. I brought it down here. You know, my first customer was the Central Bank of Malaysia. They engaged me to actually do frontline grooming and etiquette. So I know how to do grooming because we are well groomed in the airlines. And during my time, we were actually taught by the Swiss finishing school about deportment and etiquette. So I started doing grooming etiquette. Slowly they asked me, can you do our grooming manual? I said yes. So I started doing grooming manual. Then they asked me, can you train our frontliners on how to serve? I said, of course. 23 years in Malaysia Airlines, and it carries a lot of weight. Malaysia Airlines is like, when people talk about Malaysia Airlines, they will see the golden girls those days, So it carried a lot of weight. So I told myself, okay. So when I did that, and today the same client have engaged me for 5 years. Yes, I was angry, I was lost, I cried to sleep. And one time, you see, I had a house nearby the airport. But I was no more working at the airport, so I sold off my house. I took out all of the money, I kept it, and I shifted to Kuala Lumpur, the city center, you know, because this is where all of my businesses are. So yes, I sold off my car. I didn't sell. In fact, I bought a new car, but I sold off my house. Even today, I started this business. I'm still renting, but I told myself 2 years time I will buy a very big house. You see, you must have a dream. You know, it doesn't matter if people think your dream is not going to work. It doesn't matter to me. It's not important. What is important is what you believe in. What you believe in is very, very important, not other people. And I always tell people, have a mentor. The mentor will always guide you. Today, my mentor, because my mentor, the late Datuk Mazda Hamid, passed away. of course, when she passed away, even I am very, very lost because she was like a mother to me, a very strict mother. And whenever I said, Datuk, am I ready to go up stage and talk to this group of people, this group audience? And she told me, no, you're not ready. She always reminded me, Noor, you want to be great in your industry, you must read 3 same industry book and chew and digest it until you're good at it. Yeah. So even now when I do business, let me tell you, business is not easy. Being an entrepreneur is not easy at all. Yeah. But I have great staff who believe in me. I have great ecosystem partners because I told you, I don't believe in working in silo. I believe in collaboration. Yeah. And whenever we send out a tender, we would send out a tender with ecosystem partners together. We will not send tender with the government alone. We will not. Yeah, we always ask another fellow, hey, would you like to join me? So if my company doesn't get it, we send another tender, his company gets it. The same thing, we will get it. So it's not easy. It's a man's world. Training, to be honest, it's a man's world. Because you see, it's very challenging, especially when in training everything is men. When they see me, a woman from the airlines, and thinking like, what does she know? And that is where you prove them wrong. I know a lot of things where some of them do not even know. Yeah. So you have to be good at what you do. Learn from overseas speakers, listen to them, watch Shark Tank. I watch a lot of Shark Tank until I understand what next Mr. Wonderful wanted to say. You know, you learn from them because their pitch is different and how they construct the deal is different. So when I go and meet my clients, I talk to them, and how I construct the deal is very attractive. And everything isn't about what I can do for you. It's what I ask my client, what do you need? Sometimes clients buy your product is because of you, how you emotionally engage with them. I am a big believer in engaging with the customer emotionally. That means you must understand the customer's pain point. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's tough. You must be mentally strong. My hair was thicker than this twice. I lost my hair, you know. But most important thing is never give up. You know, as much, and of course important, you must have a good group of inner circle, a group of friends who always keep lifting you up. Sometimes I ask my friend, when I ever do a talk, I say, did I present my talk rightfully? Do you think the audience liked it? And they will give me feedback. You know, I always ask for a feedback. I told my supply chain in Bangladesh yesterday, I said, we must be stupid in business. When you STUPID in business, you will learn more. But when you think you know everything, you will not learn. So yeah, in a nutshell, business is not easy. You know, challenges is like the bull coming with the horns. Matador, you must be the matador to hold the bull, break the horns. That is your challenge. And keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, you will cry to sleep. I have cried to sleep, my dear. Not to say I did not. Even at one point, I told myself, if I cannot manage this pandemic, what am I supposed to do? If this pandemic is going to go on up to December, what am I supposed to do? I got car to sell off. I got my watch and my little ring to sell off. I sell off. Because you must take challenge. You know, if you want to be a businessman, you must take challenge. I tell you, all businessmen go through this. Only we do not know. We always see the iceberg theory, you know, the below part. Everyone goes through the hurdle. Some of them cry to sleep. Some of them scream on top of their voice. You know why? Because they want to make it. Business is how much do you want to make it? Even in life, even if you're working with a corporate and you want to be the star, is how much do you want to make it? Even when you go for an interview, when I talk to my university students, thousands of graduates outside there, what sets them apart from you? What's the X factor? You must have the X factor. then they will pick up your cover letter and read. When you don't have an X factor, no one is going to say. Everybody have the same qualification, especially in engineering or what. They're all going to the same company. All of them said, but what sets you apart is you. How you engage with the person, how you speak to the interviewer, how you shake their hand, how you smile. When they like you, they engage with you. Yeah? Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think you did.
I did, all right.
Wow.
Is he still there?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Noor, I'm hearing you.
All right. Did I answer your question?
Absolutely.
Good. I'm happy I did. So it's not an easy journey, eh?
so I think there are
Absolutely, it's
no
a great
more
journey.
questions, and we
One more question is there.
Yeah.
and we will stop here.
I can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Salma.
Oh, all right. What's the question?
No, it's not.
Okay. Who's asking a question?
No, actually, I said that there are no more questions.
All
Hasna.
right.
Hasna said there are no more questions.
There's no more questions. All right.
Yeah.
I hope I have brought some light to whatever you all are doing a research on. I hope you have understood because I know you're a French-speaking country, right? And Arab, which both I actually do not speak. Yeah. So I hope I have enlightened you all, and I have given you all some hope in this pandemic. To me, is even you finish this PhD and you still lost, and you can reach out to all your professors there, and I believe they will be there to actually mentor and coach you. So end of the day, it's very important to have your inner circle to learn something which is not related to your industry. Imagine I was in the aviation. I came out and did training and development, which is a totally different industry. Now we are doing conference, totally different industry. But to me, it's learning. Like I said, be stupid so you will learn more. If you think you're always right, you know everything, you will not learn. Yeah, guys, and stay strong mentally. I think most of y'all are Muslims here, right? Are y'all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, even if you're not a Muslim, if you're a Muslim, pray, talk to God. He will listen to you. He will answer your prayers and have patience. Sometimes even for myself, sometimes I don't get a certain tender. I say, why God? Why? I wanted it so much. You know, I got millions there. God say, Nur, millions is not for you yet. Okay. I'm still waiting to actually strike my million. So if I strike my million, I will come to Morocco and meet all of y'all.
You are
Yeah.
more than welcome.
Yeah, so God will answer your prayer. Even you're a Muslim or non-Muslim, doesn't matter. God will still answer your prayer. All right, just have patience. Be sane. Your mental is very important. Yeah. So engage people who will actually build you, not people who are negative and will bring you down. No.
Yes.
Yeah. Engage with people who will build you, who will teach you a lot of things. Yeah. All right.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Noor. Thanks a lot for your enlightened talk and experiential speech. And I hope my students got wonderful idea about the stress and strains of what you would say, the air hostess. They think that when you smile, there is no pain in your smile. So I used to tell my students, don't believe outside, go inside and touch the feelings and sentiments of the people. There lies the real truth. All right.
Yeah.
And
That's why I say
amazing.
emotionally connecting is very important.
So it's a network world, continuous network world. So creativity is good in silos, but at the same time, creative clusters also needed. You need to connect with like-minded people, those who can support you in business. All these are very important aspects that you shared in your little speech. I hope the students will be contacting you sometime back, and you will be groomed in your own ways. Exactly, those who are specifically Nisrin and like she's interested in entrepreneurship journey, and Kautar is into innovation management. Some people are also planning to do this kind of entrepreneurial efforts. Hope you will be an inspiration to all these students.
Yes.
And I
And
hope.
yeah, sorry, Prof. And I
Sure.
hope that they can reach out to me anytime if they want to have a Zoom call. Yeah, reach out to me in a group. It's easier group, so I can do a Zoom call. I am ever willing to help you with the little that I know. Yeah.